First things first, I will say that there is no doubt that a lot of fans are very up in arms over how Lucasfilm handled the Gina Carano firing situation and how it was all done through social media. It really gave fans a different perspective on things and how Lucasfilm operates as a company and how really Kathleen Kennedy does not care at all about the Star Wars fandom. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Disney Star Wars is that yes, we do know that they are working on over a dozen Star Wars projects as we speak. They are working on things like Mandalorian, Ahsoka, Kenobi, Andor, and a lot more to come. On May 4th, by the way, we got the Bad Batch. It's going to be interesting to see exactly how many really tune into that show, given that so many people canceled their Disney Plus accounts, and Disney has been a little on edge about that. Because, well, it doesn't only affect, Star Wars, it also affects Marvel. Now, with that being said, we also know that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, they are pouring their heart and soul into really making the proper universe that they need to complete by really establishing new stories and bringing back many aspects of Star Wars Legends in the mix to really give the fans a fresh new take on Star Wars. However, there are some setbacks, some production delays for Mandalorian because of the Gina Carano firing, and there's more about Gina Carano's firing that I think a lot of fans are going to be very interested about. We'll get to that in just a second. Now, one thing about this is that Kathleen Kennedy as a person has refused to actually even show her face or even talk about Gina Carano on camera, and that to a lot of fans is very unprofessional, irresponsible as a leader, and just shows that she is a coward, that she's in hiding and embarrassed because of what happened with the Oscars video. Now, with that being said, with The Mandalorian Season 3 now in development, both Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni have been working very hard to create their new EU that will borrow many aspects from Star Wars Legends. However, ever since the Gina Carano firing, many fans have been very angry and up in arms over how Lucasfilm handled the entire situation, and have been curious on if Lucasfilm has any plans to bring back Gina Carano. Now, it's noted that recently a Lucasfilm spokesperson unveiled that there are no plans at all to bring back Gina Carano into the Mandalorian series, nor do they have any plans to use her in the future and refuse to rehire her. Lucasfilm continued to make it clear to fans, stating that they believe that they made the right decision and that they stand by their belief of what they did for Gina Carano by firing her, and of course how they did it on social media, which was very offensive and irresponsible to many Star Wars fans, and hence they made the call to let her go immediately. When questioned about why she was fired through social media, however, and not normally, Lucasfilm made no comment and refused to answer that question on that decision and the way that they handled it. However, separate from this behind the scenes, it's noted that Gina Carano's firing was going to be prevented by some Lucasfilm employees that supported Carano, and that they tried their best to convince Kathleen Kennedy to just let it go, and of course to let her stay. Many employees warned Kathleen Kennedy and other employees that by firing her it would only create a large backlash, and that Kathleen Kennedy believed that no backlash would come from firing Gina Carano. Let me just say this, is that Kathleen Kennedy is clueless, and this proves that she is clueless. The fact that she did not believe that this would create a backlash, that this would not upset a lot of fans, that this would not only backfire on them as a company, it just goes to show you guys how clueless she really is as a person. Now, maybe she knew that there would be some kind of backlash and that she did not care. There's a small chance about that. But the most likely scenario is that she just does not care about the overall outcome as long as Kathleen Kennedy gets her way, and as long as Kathleen Kennedy has these new quote-unquote Star Wars fans that accept her agenda. That's all that she really cares about, and that's exactly why she refuses to make a statement. She refuses to show her face related to Carano's firing. I mean, it really is mind-boggling. They're losing a lot of subscriptions on Disney Plus. They're losing fans. You know, they're losing sales on merchandise. I mean, how could you not, as a leader, show up in either a video or maybe even, you know, engage in a full-on interview about why she did the way, you know, she did it the way that she did by firing Carano through social media? I don't know. She's a very twisted individual in my book, and there's a lot to do with Kathleen Kennedy that, well, just ruined Star Wars for the past couple of years. John and Dave really, mind you, have been trying to bring it back on track. And they succeeded, to an extent. You know, they really did some crazy wild things with the Mandalorian Season 2's finale with the return of Luke, just 1 year after the Rise of Skywalker, literally, giving fans a new hope about the future, and that's still gonna happen. John and Dave are still dedicated to making Star Wars as best as possible, but this is the thing that is really a big pothole in the road. Because we have a lot of stories coming our way, and it's creating a lot of setbacks because of the Gina Carano firing. They're trying to figure out different things about Cara Dune, and Jon Favreau and Kathleen Kennedy. We talked about this in the last post, that there was an agreement between the two. Carano is not going to be a part of other shows or any shows at that, but her character is going to be recast for some TV shows, but not all. Jon Favreau also got it his way. You know, there's a flip side to that coin, is that she will not be a part of the new reformed version of Rangers of the New Republic, which, by the way, it's just going to be a brand new show. It's going to have a new title. It's going to have a new character. In fact, it's going to be a fan favorite character that's going to replace Carano's Cara Dune. Now, here's the other thing, all right, is that we also know that Kennedy does not care about the outcome. She never really did, it seems. I mean, she just cares about whether or not it's going to pass, you know, when it comes to a backlash. And this is the one backlash that really is gaining momentum every single week. We saw what has been happening with the High Republic videos. A lot of people are showing their, you know, loss of passion in Star Wars by expressing their comments on those videos. And since then, Star Wars YouTube's channel has refused to even make any more High Republic posts, and they're kind of refraining from doing that because of the feedback. It's like that they're trying to make it like nothing is happening, and they're trying to make this backlash go away as quick as possible. That's exactly why, you know, Rian Johnson does not talk about his trilogy. That's exactly why Kathleen Kennedy does not talk about the backlash of The Last Jedi all that much. They try to say nothing in order to make it feel like it just vanished or disappeared, where in reality, it hasn't. It really has not. So, here's the thing, is that we have a lot of new TV shows that are going to be announced in August. We're going to learn more about that at the end of this summer. It's going to be interesting to see exactly, you know, what it's going to be like when it comes to the fan reactions. So, like I've said before, I think that regardless, a lot of fans are very upset. There's also a lot of fans that still are holding on to hope about the franchise, and the Gina Carano firing is a very interesting phase. Some Lucasfilm employees tried to back her, others were against her. So, yeah guys, you know, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.